Do you mind? I'm busy right now. Um, you just had some. You had snacks like around 2 hours ago. You can't have snacks every time I come into the kitchen, Earth. What? And then you trying to charm me? You trying to charm me again? That's what you do. Roll over. Roll over, V. Alright, you got me. Okay, I learned something new just about every day. And one thing I'm learning is um, with this process of trying to be a mycologist, it's about trial and error sometimes because everything is not going to be perfect, just like in the real world. I'm learning different words and it's a great thing, to learn. And also I learned too that we share DNA with fungi and we are really closer to mushrooms than we know. Check it out on the internet sometime on YouTube. Anyway, I'm about to do some brown rice since my bulgur wheat experiment didn't work. I looked at it today and it looked a little slimy and I smelled a little smell, so I had to clean up the area really good and get rid of that. So now I'm going to try with the brown rice, preparing it and then inoculating it with liquid culture because that's going to be a fast way. I'm going to mix this with some cardboard that I'm going to prepare too. I'm going to boil both of them. Boil the cardboard and prepare the rice in the right way so it can be ready to colonize the liquid culture. So the first thing I'm doing is preparing my jars for the rice. Then after the rice is ready and cooled off, then I'm going to place it in the jars and then I'm going to inoculate them. But what I mean about preparing my jars, they were already previously sterilized in boiling water. And now I've wiped them down with alcohol. And I've made self-injection ports in the top. And I wipe them off with alcohol, which I'll do again after sterilizing the rice, the brown rice. But as for now, what I've done is I've took this red ultra high heat temperature gasket maker, and I've seen a lot of other mycologists use this, and I've made my own self-injection ports. And with the other hole that's in the top in the middle, I'm going to cover them up with microspore tape so it can breathe when needed. All right, I'll be right back shortly. I had glue all over the place, all over my hands. I had to take a break. Okay, I don't know how people do this all neat. These guys good at that. But anyway, I'll get it together. I'll try to fix this up. Let's put this phone down for a second. Okay, it's truly some kind of technique, some kind of secret technique they're using because it seems like, well, these two got done good because I did it off the camera hidden. Maybe that's why they only show them doing one at a time or one off camera and then they come back when it's filled in because I sure had glue all over my hands, even under the gloves. But I'll be back after I clean them. Anyway, I got that part out of my life. The next thing I'm going to do is, like I said, prepare my rice, and then I'm going to put them in the vessels, and then boil them. And then before boiling, place aluminum foil on top so it won't get condensation inside. By the time my rice gets cool, this gasket or this injection port should be nice and dry. Okay, what else I'll be using is some alcohol. I'm using 91 proof. That's to sterilize my needles. And a cigarette lighter to light the fire. Also, I have plastic gloves, biospore tape. That's to filter the tops of the jars. I have paper towels, and I also have aluminum foil to cover the tops of my vessels before I place them in the water so condensation won't get in them. So, and I also have my liquid cultures here. I just took them out the refrigerator and laid them on the side so I could show them. And I'm ready. I'm just waiting for my rice. While waiting for my rice to be done, after it's getting done, since I don't have a metal drain board right now, what I'm going to be doing is using my grain separator as a strainer. So I'm in an apartment. This is a little apartment, and I'm sure this will work just fine. Now I'm going to cover it up. One moment. And it's on simmering, and I'm going to start the timer. Oh, well, I started at 10. All right. That's good. So, I don't know, maybe I should take it down to 9. Cancel. Okay, our timer is going on, and it's still boiling like it's rolling, even though it's on low. So, I'm going to turn it off for a second, because I don't want it to overboil. These electric stove elements really get hot, and so I'm letting it cool. Even though I've turned it off, it's still boiling. I was stirred it once, and it's still boiling, so it's simmering, and I've got like around this much time left. So I'm going to turn it back on low in a few. As soon as it looks like it's stopped the boiling process and just simmering slowly, it's a little light boil. Now, after immediately taking my grains out after the 9 minutes, I'm now rinsing off my rice with cold water. I've already did it once. I'm doing it again with the coldest water that I could get. And what this is doing is rinsing off some of the dirt so it won't clump up during the cultivation process. Also, it's keeping the rice moist, and it's cooling the rice down so it won't cook any further at the same time. So I'm going to let this drain off for a few, then I'm going to put it in the jars. So after my grains drained off, I have a little funnel here, which is handy because what it allowed me to do was squeeze this in half almost and put the rice up in here and then just shake it down. Once it gets about halfway full, what I'm going to do is just put it in a lid on and then go to the next one. So after placing all of my rice in each one of the jars, I carefully made sure it's around halfway filled, and I wiped around the inside with alcohol so rice residue wouldn't be stuck on it. And then I put my microspore tape on it, and now I'm getting ready to place it into the steamer. Now that our jars have cooled, after letting them simmer and sterilize after boiling for approximately 7 hours, just to be sure, I waited till today, the next day. Now I'm about to take them out and wipe the jars off with alcohol and inoculate them. Now that I've taken all my rice out, I'm about to prepare them for grain spawning. I shook up each one. All rice seems nice and loose and pinging and not too overdone. I'm so happy about this part. Now I have my needles ready, and my syringes ready, and my fire ready, alcohol ready to sterilize. My syringe went in just perfectly. I'm going to be inoculating this first one with the golden trumpet, and I think I'm going to use about 2 cc's of this. I'll use all of it on this one. What the heck, because it's all the way down, and I've made more. And, I've multiplied my syringes. So hopefully everything will go all right with that. And I know it will, so I'm going to stop saying hopefully. I'm just going to use them real soon in a few days. Okay, they say you can pre-use and reuse the syringes. So what I've set this in alcohol and spray the glass out, and the syringe with alcohol and the needle. So I'm going to wait till after, and then I'm going to be sterilizing my syringes. Now I've decided to use this extra long syringe needle to inoculate our spawns because they're a little further down. I figure this will get them all the way through. So after sterilizing my needle, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to be adding about 2 milligrams in here. There you go. And, 2 milligrams in each. It might be a little bit more waiting, but that's okay. Because what that's going to do is it's just going to help it saturate. Take its time to go all the way through. Now I'm finished inoculating. In a few days I'll come back and see about the cultivation of the mycelium. I want to thank you for watching. Whoever watches. This gives me more motivation towards doing more. So then later on I'll come back and do my new agar plates. Thank you. Have a great day.